putting an end to identity politics. This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Greetings and salutations. You are tuning in to the Kevin Jackson Radio Show. And of course, I'm guest hosting for the day. This is Brett Siegel, the Disgruntled Millennial, broadcasting to you live from my safe space down here in Northern Florida, where I'm always free from your bigotry, racism, hatred, microaggressions, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, and patriarchy. And we just heard of something really, really great from Charles Barkley. The legendary basketball player, unfortunately, has come out as a bigot. A proud, brazen bigot. A racist. A man who hates black people. But wait a minute, no. Charles Barkley's black. So I guess that would make him what? A house Negro? An Oreo? Would that make him an Uncle Tom? Because he's come out with some pretty racist stuff against black people, not against white people. We're talking about Charles Barkley, the legendary basketball player, coming out as a brazen racist. Let's hear what Charles Barkley said, which is going to have him labeled as a house Negro from here on out, despite all his legendary escapades. Let's hear it. The racist, black man hating Charles Barkley weighing in on the monument debate. Should we or should we not get rid of these Confederate monuments which remind everyone of racism and make people do racist things? That's what happens when you look at the monument. You get racist feelings inside. Leftists are so stupid.
I'm not going to waste my time worried about these Confederate statues. That's wasted energy. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep doing great things. I'm going to keep trying to make a difference, number one, in the black community because I'm black, but I'm also going to try to do good things in the world. I'm not going to waste my time screaming at a neo-Nazi who's going to hate me no matter what, and I'm not going to waste my time trying to worry about these statues they got all over the country.
So do you leave them up and ignore them? Or do you...
I've always ignored them. Rick, I'm 54 years old. I've never thought about those statues a day in my life. I think if you ask most black people, to be honest, they ain't thought a day in their life about those stupid statues.
Fighting words.
What we as black people need to do, we need to worry about getting our education.
More fighting words.
We need to stop killing each other.
Fighting words.
We need to try to find a way to have more economic opportunity and things like that.
Oh my God, hate speech. Well, there you go. The hateful, crazy, unhinged, house Negro, Oreo, Uncle Tom, bigot, racist, homophobe, sexist, Charles Barkley, the legendary basketball player, who clearly doesn't want any part of this Confederate monument debate, as most of us don't. I mean, come on. It's really just one big distraction, right? What I don't get is why the left is blowing their political capital, the little political capital that they have left, on something so utterly absurd and ridiculous. Don't they realize that this is a terrible, terrible strategy? The Democrats have lost control of basically the entire government based on this strategy. This strategy of calling everyone a racist, bigot, sexist, homophobe. Except now that Donald Trump is elected, it's Nazi. Everyone is a Nazi. You're a fascist. You're a Nazi fascist. And it's just so over the top, too. It's so over the top. Have you ever heard of The Boy Who Cried Wolf? Of course you've heard of The Boy Who Cried Wolf because you're a grown-up and it's a story for children. It's a story for children that teaches children not to lie. It shows the ramifications of what happens when you lie. The moral of the story is that when people just outright lie like this, it rips at the social fabric. Because we all agree that Nazis and white nationalists and racism and bigotry are bad. We do. Most of us in this world, most of us in this country agree with that statement. But if you go around calling everyone a Nazi, a bigot, a racist, when an actual bigot, racist Nazi shows up, no one's going to believe you because you told us that we're all bigots. We're all racists. We're all Nazis. The centrists are not Nazis. The classical liberals are Nazis. Conservatives of color are house Negroes. The Tea Party, Christians, any political YouTubers, even apolitical individualists, capitalists, the founding fathers, the president, neoconservatives, anyone who advocates for a militia or a military. All Nazis, right? We're all a bunch of Nazis. Not one Jew has been hauled away, but we're all Nazis. President Trump hasn't done anything fascistic at all, but yet we are all Nazis. If you support Trump, if you wear a MAGA hat, you're a Nazi. Now, if the real goal was to get rid of Nazism and fascism, you're doing it wrong. It's just a bad strategy. It's just a bad strategy. You don't blow your load on the nearest white person. The nearest white person, if every nearest white person is a Nazi and you start calling everyone Nazis, sooner or later, a white person who walks up into the crowd is going to literally expect you to call them a Nazi and is not even going to listen. They're going to say, oh, well, same thing with racism. The word racism has become so diluted to the point where it's almost like a badge of pride to be called a racist these days. If you're a racist, that means if someone is calling you a racist, that means you just won an argument with a liberal. That means you just dropped a truth bomb on a liberal and they don't know how to answer you. They don't know how to answer your argument. So they called you a racist. And then you walk away saying, yep, I told that guy. Used to be when someone called you a racist, you actually did some introspecting and looked deep down inside and said, well, am I a racist? Did I just say something racist? Do I have racist feelings? And you start counting all your black friends. And no, these days it's just someone calls you a racist. It just means you won an argument with a liberal. It's a bad strategy. It's a bad strategy. If the real goal was to decrease racism in the world, the last thing you want to do is go around calling everyone a racist. If your real goal is to get rid of Nazism and white supremacy, the last thing you want to do is go around calling everyone and their mother white supremacists and Nazis for no reason at all. Because think about it. In Charlottesville, I think it's absolutely disgusting what this white nationalist, no white supremacist did. He drove into a crowd, hurt a bunch of people, killed one girl. It's disgusting. But since the left has cried wolf so many damn times, calling us all white supremacists, calling us all racists, burning buildings down, rioting in the streets because of Ann Coulter, really? Milo Yiannopoulos, a gay conservative? Ben Shapiro, a Jewish conservative who has been one of the main targets of the alt-right, of the white nationalists? I swear, if Ben Shapiro is a white nationalist, white supremacist, and he's doing a piss-poor job of it because the guy wears a yarmulke every day. If Trump is a white nationalist, a Nazi, a Jew-hating white nationalist, well, then Trump is doing an awful job of it too. He was praying on the Temple Mount with a yarmulke on. What Nazi have you seen do that? You see, they pinned the tail on the wrong donkey. If they were really concerned about Nazism, why not show some interest in the Palestinians who are literally trying to cleanse the Middle East of Jewish blood? There are no Jews in Gaza. No Jews, not one. But no, Israel is the oppressive state. Israel is oppressing the Palestinians. It's all about Palestinian liberation. Yeah, Palestinian liberation, while they glorify violence against Jews, teach their kids Jew hatred, teach their little children mock-ups of Jewish beheadings, beheading IDF soldiers. Children. But conservatives who believe in free market principles, small government, gun rights, we are the Nazis, though. We are the Nazis. We are reminding them of Kristallnacht. It's absolutely insane. It's utterly insane. Because in actuality, the left are the real racists. They're the ones who think that black people are so stupid that they can't get an ID to vote. That black people are so dumb and so incompetent that they need affirmative action laws to give them a push ahead. Leftists think that black people are so stupid that they need Whitey to help them out and give them a leg up. They need Whitey to give up their houses. They need Whitey to give up their resources. They need Whitey to give up their money. Because if they don't, then what do the black people have, according to the left, right? And how are we supposed to take you seriously when you go around calling everyone a Nazi? It's just a bad strategy. You have cried wolf too many times. Nobody believes you anymore. Nobody believes you anymore. I even used to believe that, you know what, maybe liberals are wrong, but they have good intentions, right? It's getting harder and harder and harder for me to believe that. And I think the most evil thing about this is the dilution of the word Nazi. The word Nazi used to mean something. Because if President Trump, Ann Coulter, Ben Shapiro, Milo Yiannopoulos, and the like are all Nazis, then the word literally has no meaning anymore.
He won't stop until he's the top-rated radio talk show host in America.
What kind of weird competitive freak are you?
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.